Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm sorry that I wear this sweater a lot, but it's super cozy and comfortable, and it's like the only like cozy sweater that I have. My grandmother hates it for some reason. I was like at breakfast with her one day and she says, "I don't like that sweater on you." And I'm like, why? But anyway, she didn't say why, but she said she didn't like the sweater, so oh well. But I love it because the sleeves are long and I can like bundle up. It's a little bit chilly in my house because I was hot earlier because I was doing, I was like cleaning the house and stuff, so I got warm and I turned the air on, and now I'm cold, so I put a sweater on. But anyway, today's video is something a little bit different. I don't know if you guys know this about me. You probably don't because I don't talk about it a whole lot on my channel, if at all. I don't know if I've talked about it at all, actually. But I am a very big Disney fan. I love Disney. I love Disney World. I love Disneyland. I love Disney World better than Disneyland, but both are very fun. But my mother was a very, very big Disney person, and my love for Disney very much came from my mother. If you guys don't know, my mother passed away when I was very young. I was 14 years old. So after my mother passed away, she left me obviously a lot of things, and one of the things that was kind of like her thing and her collection ended up being my thing and my collection. And this was even before she passed away. Like, well, let me just tell you what I'm going to show you. So this is the pin trading book. So this is a book that has all the pins that I have collected and my mother has collected, mainly the pins that my mother has collected, but she was a big pin person. She loved the pins at Disney, and when I got old enough to, you know, understand the value, I guess, of the whole pin trading thing, besides just like, you know, something shiny, I really got into it and I really enjoy it and I love it. And whenever I go to Disney or my friends go to Disney, I don't have a whole lot of friends that go to Disney, but when John and Debbie used to go to Disney, I would ask for them to bring back a pin for me, because I love them. And my favorite ones are the ones that move. Those are definitely the ones that I just like. Anything that's interactive is something that it just draws me to it. I love to like touch things and like move things and like play with things. So if the pin moves, it's one of my favorites. But I'm gonna go through this whole book of pins. It may be kind of a long video, but I don't know, I just want to show you guys the pins that I've collected, and I would love for you guys to share with me some of the pins that you've collected, because I think that would be really cool, because I know that some pins are like exclusive to certain, you know, things to do with Disney. They have lots of different, I guess, opportunities to get like exclusive pins. I don't know if I have any of those or not, because like I said, I haven't been doing this for super long. I don't participate really in the whole trading pin thing, but I do like to at least find pins that I like and purchase them. But I know that, I don't know if they still do that. I think they do. I'm pretty sure they still do pin trading. But there aren't like a ridiculous amount of pins in here, but there's a decent amount. So I'm going to go through this big book of pins with you, and if you like this kind of video, let me know, because I do have also a Disney collector's card album, so I could also go through that with you guys if you'd like. And also I can go through like these old photo albums too if you'd like. I have some photo albums up there and then some back here that are just old family photos and things like that, so you can see pictures of me when I was a little baby. So maybe we'll do that. That would be kind of cool. So if you would like something like that, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up or leave that in the comments below. But let's go ahead and get started in this video because this intro has been like 5 minutes long. So here is the cover of the book. The ring light isn't reflecting too bad, so you can read that. And then we open this up and we get a blank page. So each page has this protecting page and then the page with the pin, and then you turn the page and there's another one of these things, and then the page with the pin. So I'm going to try to get a better angle for you guys, and we're going to take a look at these pins. So here's a little bit of a better angle for you guys to see. So here's the cover of the book. Make sure you guys can see everything. And then we open it up and we have this first group of pins. So this one up here says 100 Years of Magic. So this is for Mickey's 100, or I guess Disney's 100-year anniversary. This one is the Dumbo Ride pin. I'm gonna do like an up close of all of these once I go through them all. This one is the Walt Disney Studios. This is just a basic Cinderella pin. This is an Epcot pin. This is a Belle pin. This is the Disney Contemporary Resort hotel pin. And if you've never been to Disney, the Contemporary Resort has a monorail, which is like this thing down here going through. Let me turn this down, maybe you can see that better. They have the monorail, which is like their transportation system going through the hotel, so it makes a stop inside the hotel and then it goes through the hotel and takes you to the different parks. And this one is a mini pin. She looks a little discolored. I don't know if that's from age or what, but she's cute. This is a little airplane pin. And then this one, which says Disney MGM Studios. So it used to be MGM Studios. Then it used to be, I believe they changed it to Hollywood Studios. And I feel like they changed the name again. But this hat here is no longer there. They tore this hat down. So this pin is super special now because that's not there anymore. Little Tinkerbell pin, another 100-year anniversary pin. This one down here was from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. It's a little jack-o'-lantern with Tinkerbell inside. They have a Halloween event every year called Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween event, and it is after park hours, so people who do not have special tickets are basically told to leave, and then people who have special tickets, or this past year we had special wristbands and we could stay in the park after hours and you could go trick-or-treating and wear costumes, and it was a lot of fun. So this is, I don't think it has a year on it, but this was my first year of doing this, and I believe I was around maybe 10 or so, maybe younger, but I remember that I went as Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. And then this pin is a Animal Kingdom pin. It's the little Safari Mickey. And then this one is another Epcot pin. This is one of my favorites because it moves. And so you spin it and the Mickey heads will go over different flags. So there's like a Britain flag, Canada flag, Mexico flag, there's a United States flag, China flag. So if you don't know about Disney, Epcot is one of their parks. So Epcot has like two main places within Epcot itself. So this one represents the countryside of Epcot. So you can go to pretty much almost every country and country, I should say. They have little sections of the park for like China, and you could eat Chinese food there and, you know, shop at like authentic Chinese, you know, shops and things like that. And they have France and they have Germany, and you can get beer there, and it's the only park that serves alcohol. But it's a really cool place. And they also have a I think it's like a food and wine festival at Epcot, and you can try like different foods and different like wines and things like that from the different countries. So that's really cool. Here's just a little Mickey pin. This is from the Port Orleans Resort, and we had stayed there a long time ago. It's a really neat resort, but that's a little Mickey with a little fishing hook and this little fishing, whatever that's called, leer, whatever, I don't know what it's called. And this is a little Animal Kingdom pin again, and it's got a giraffe and his little head moves. So that's cool. So let's see if we can get closer. Maybe I'll do this for the next page because it might be easier for you to see. Should I keep turning the light down so you can see better? I'm just worried that it's going to give off too much of a glare. But here's a little bit of an up close on all the pins. Here's a little giraffe that moves. And then this one that moves. But yeah, so there are those. And then we turn the page, we have another protector here. And then a couple of pins on this page. So this one up here is the happiest celebration on earth. And I don't know exactly what this pin was for, but it's got a little Mickey and he's got like a baton. Here's a Pop Central pin. I stayed at Pop Central, me and my mom, and I think one of my friends, we went to Disney and we stayed at a Pop Central hotel, or the Pop Central hotel, I guess, in Disney, one of their resorts that they offer. And it was a really, really cool resort. It was very, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say like modern, like kind of modern. But like it had like a 1950s kind of feel to it also. There is this pin, which is just, it just says partners, but it's Walt Disney, and then the statue of Walt Disney holding Mickey's hand and the castle in the background. And then this one is another contemporary, or whatever it was called. I think it was the Contemporary Resort. But there is the monorail. This one is also a moving one, but the monorail slides out and slides back in. And that's to represent, obviously, the monorail that stops inside the hotel. And then there's a big Pluto there. And then this one's a really cute pin. There's a very famous picture of, I believe it's Walt Disney making like facial features to draw Mickey Mouse. But this is like a little take on it. And there's Mickey making facial features to draw Walt Disney. So that's really cute. And then I believe this one, yeah, this one moves. This is a Splash Mountain one, and I believe you push it up and you can slide it down. They don't, you know, move extravagantly, but they move a little bit, and it's really cool for what they are. This one is a Big Thunder Railroad, which is one of their rides in like Frontierland or something like that. But it's super cute. That one moves, and then this one is Space Mountain, and this one moves as well. And moving on to the next page. So we've got Test Track, which is a really, really cool ride down at Disney. It is kind of like a car simulation ride. So you sit in a car and you go through like these testing phases of a car, and then you like go super fast. It's a fun little ride. This one is a Star Tours ride, also a really cool ride. It's another like simulation ride. This one is actually like a roller coaster. Like you sit in a car, you're on like rails and things like that. This one is more like a simulation ride. Like you get inside of this, you know, contraption, and you have a screen in front of you, and like C-3PO talks to you and R2-D2 talks to you, and the screen like makes it seem like you're going through space and through Star Wars and all that stuff. So that one's a cool little ride. This one is for the Tower of Terror, and this one moves because the elevator shakes. This is like a drop ride. That one's a lot of fun. This one is a, what does it say? Doorways to Disney. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, this is a limited edition one. Neato. I'm not really sure what this one is for, but it's really cool because this one moves a bunch. So you open the doors, and there's Maleficent, and then Aurora moves as well. And then this one is the Cali River Rapids ride, which I went on once and got literally soaked head to toe. It was fun but also terrible at the same time, because afterwards we had to go get lunch, and we sat in a freezing cold restaurant with like metal seats and metal tables and everything, and it was so cold. This one is a Castaway Club Disney Cruise Line. Actually, I don't know where she got this pin. Maybe she went on a Disney cruise at some point in time, because I've never been on a Disney cruise. This one is the Where Dreams Come True One to Give. So this is a little Tinkerbell. Sorry, those are my cats making noise. This is a cute little Tinkerbell pin. And then this one down here, I think looks like a Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. A little Pirates of the Caribbean pin. So Mickey is obviously like, you know, a pirate, and then Minnie is the maiden. So up here is the Beach Club Resort pin. This one is a really cool resort because they have a pool that has sand at the bottom of it to like mimic like the ocean and stuff. And they have like a lazy river, and it's really, really neat. I love their pool there. This is another Pirates of the Caribbean pin. It's just Mickey with like, it's like a skull and crossbones, except it's like Mickey and swords and stuff. This is a Soarin' pin. They actually changed up the Soarin' ride. So you basically sit in these seats and they lift up off the ground and they move around. And there's a big screen in front of you and it plays like all of these different types of scenery. And it used to be you used to like go across like pine trees and you could smell the pine trees and they would like push in like, you know, scented air and stuff. And then you would go across like the orange fields and like Florida and you could smell the oranges. So it was a very immersive ride. It was really cool, but they recently changed it up. So now you get a whole different scenery and a whole different, like, I guess movie you could call it while you're on the ride. So that's really cool. I'm glad they did that. I actually like the new one a lot better. But this pin moves, obviously. This is a Buzz Lightyear pin. I freaking love this ride. It is a like shooting kind of game. So you sit in a little buggy with two people and each person has a gun and it has like a little laser that it shoots out, like a laser pointer. And you go through the ride and there's these little targets that you get to hit. And then of course, as you hit them, you get points. And then at the end, you can see who won. So that's a fun little ride. This is a Phantasmic pin. So this one's also really cool. It moves. This one's a little bit harder to move. But they've got villains all in the bag. And Phantasmic, I don't know if they still do that show or not. Oh, kitties are fighting. I don't know if they still do this show or not, but it is a really, really cool show. It's basically, you know, Mickey who is like trying to fight all these villains, and there's incredible music and lighting effects and special effects. It's a really, really cool show to go see if they still have that. This is it's a Small World pin, and I think my mom bought this just because she hated this ride, but I love it. I love it. It's like that iconic, like, super annoying singing doll ride. I know a lot of shows have done like parodies of it, but they have little dolls and they sing It's a Small World, and my mom found it very annoying, but I still love it. I think it's a very fun ride. This one is just a moving pin. It's got Mickey and Minnie and they spin, and it's got all the different parks on the perimeter of the pin. And then this one is just a train. They have a train that goes through Magic Kingdom that you can ride. This is a China pin because I'm from China and I guess my mom wanted a Mickey China pin. And then this one is really cool. This one says it all started with, and then you open it and it's got this cool, like, I don't know, it's like this cool vintage type of deal. So it's got Walt Disney here, and it's got Mickey here, and it's got the old original Mickey, the like Steamboat Willie style Mickey. This one is another Tower of Terror pin. The doors slide open and slide shut, and there's a little stitch in there. This is a Safari pin. The wheels move on this pin. So there is a ride at Disney. It's like the Safari jungle cruise, jungle safari ride thing, but basically it's like you sit in a truck and you go through their like animal kingdom park and you get to see all their animals in their natural habitat, or natural, I guess. They're on like, you know, a reserve, but you know, they're not in cages or anything like that. They're free and roaming around. So there's elephants and giraffes and all sorts of different animals, and they're really, really cool to see. If you're lucky to see them, sometimes they're sleeping. This one is a Haunted Mansion pin. This one also moves. The little ghosty moves up and down. This is also one of my favorite rides at Disney. Down here is the, what is this? This is the Mission Space ride. So they have two different like levels, I guess, to the Mission Space ride. It's either 2 or 3. There's like a green one and I think like an orange one. So green is like less intense and orange is like super intense, and it's another simulation ride. You sit in this like really small area and you press buttons, and it's like you're, you know, blasting off into space, and then something goes wrong, and it's like you have like a pilot and a co-pilot and whatever, and there's like a person on screen that tells you like push this button and do this and whatever. It's a really cute thing. But yeah, so that one moves. The little space shuttle moves around, and then here is another Hollywood Studios, so that's when they changed the name from MGM Studios to Hollywood Studios. And they used to have a ride there called the Great Movie Ride, which was a really, really cool ride, and they don't have that there anymore, which makes me sad. Okay, so this is the second to last page, so we're almost done. I'm sorry, this video is a little bit long. So here is another, well, actually, this is a different ride. So this is the Toy Story ride. And this says, what does this say? This says Midway Mania. And they're building actually a whole Toy Story section to the park. But they have originally a ride there, which is similar to the Buzz Lightyear ride. But it's a bunch of different games that you can play. So you can like throw pies at, you know, Toy Story characters with your little gun. It's like a string, it's like a ball on a string, and you pull it, and that's what shoots whatever you're, shooting. And it interacts with the screen in front of you. So you go through different sections. So you'll be in a cart, you have 2 people, and then 2 people in the front and 2 people in the back, so technically 4. But you like face a screen, the screen plays a little thing, and then it's like a game, and so you like, shoot pies at the characters, or you do like a ring toss. So it's a really, really cool ride. It's really cute. So there's a pin from that. This one is another Tower of Terror one, because at the beginning of the Tower of Terror ride, it plays a little Twilight Zone clip, and this obviously has a bunch of different faces, and I don't know what you call it. It's like a hologram thing. But yeah, so this is based off of the Tower of Terror ride. They play a little clip from like the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. So there's that. There's another Soarin' pin, which is really cool. This pin is from Disneyland, and this is Disneyland 2010. That must have been the year that we went. It's got the characters, they all spin around. This one is California Adventure. Yeah, so this is when we went to Disneyland, because they have a couple of different things. They have what you call California Adventure, which is actually across from Disneyland. And they've got like this ride here. They've got a big Ferris wheel, and they've got like a big ride that goes upside down. They've got this ride, which is the Matterhorn, and that is kind of similar to the Yeti at Animal Kingdom, but it's a little bit different, and it's actually kind of like a rough ride. Like, it's very rough and like bumpy and rickety, but still a fun ride. This one is also from Disneyland. They have like a little submarine experience. So you sit in this little thing, and you sit down here where the windows are, and the windows are underneath the water, and then they play like a screen. Again, I think there's parts of it where you can actually see under the water, but I think they also like play screens from like, Finding Nemo or whatever. This is the World of Color, and I think that was one of their, if I remember correctly, it was a water show. It was like a light and water show that they had, and it was beautiful. It was like a super emotional one too, because they play like super emotional music and stuff. It was kind of like Wishes at Disney World, but it was like a water show on this big lake that they had, and it was really, really cool. This one is, let's see, I can't read that one. California Screamin'. Oh yeah, so that's the one that went upside down. So they had a roller coaster that had like a big Mickey head like this, and then the roller coaster went like upside down, like around the Mickey head, and then like kept on going. So that was actually the first upside down roller coaster ride that I rode. Sorry, it's this one right here. So that was, exciting for me. And then I have another one of these pins that you saw earlier. This is a, what is this? Universal Hollywood Studios pin. Oh, so this one is it's crashing my Disney pin collection. It's a Universal pin, I believe. Yeah. So that's interesting, but that's still cool. I guess I didn't have anywhere else to put it. This one is a Grizzly River Run, I think is what that says. This one moves. It's another water ride, also from Disneyland. And then this one says, what does this one say? It says Diez
years of pin trading. Okay, so 5 years of pin trading. And there's another one similar to that. It is actually all of these say all of these three say 5 years of pin trading, but they say them in different languages. And here's a little Olaf. And then here's a little Hollywood star. I think that was also from Universal Studios. That one's super cute. And on to the last page. So these are some that I've collected, and also some of these I think were some that I started collecting. Like the Olaf one, I had, this one I got because I didn't remember that I had it beforehand. And I think I got these two actually, and I just didn't have anywhere to put them, so I decided to put them in here. And then I have this final page here, and I have another one from Universal Studios, but I thought it was super cool because I've always loved these things. There's one of those like cut, whatever they're called, I don't know, but they're really cool. And then I have this one also from Universal Studios. This is a Krusty's Wet, what does that say? Krusty's Wet and Smoky Stunt Show. So that's from the Simpsons ride at Universal Studios. This is also from Universal Studios. This is the Jaws ride. They no longer have that there, at least not in Florida. And then this one down here, oh, this is a Dollywood pin. Huh, that's funny. So Dollywood is actually in Tennessee, if you didn't know that, but that's a Dollywood pin. This one is a Disney pin, so that's good. Oh yeah, I was about to say, it looks like it moves. And this is a little Christmas pin from Epcot. And you open it up and there's Chip inside the present. That one's a cute one. Let's see, moving our way up. This one is another Haunted Mansion one. So you sit in these things called dune buggies. So they look exactly like that, and you go through the Haunted Mansion in that little cart thing, or dune buggy as they like to call it. And then I have another Christmas one. This says Beach Club Resort, and is that Minnie? Yep, it's Minnie. It's very Christmassy. It's very cute. This one is a Pirates of the Caribbean one. So you sit in a little boat, and of course you go through the ride. And this one is an Indiana Jones one. So they don't have do they have an Indiana Jones ride? No, they have a mummy ride at Universal, but they have an Indiana Jones like stunt show, where they have like a guy who like, you know, runs around the stage and reenacts like famous scenes from Indiana Jones. So there's a boulder that comes chasing down after him and spikes that pop up through the ground, and it's a really neat show. So there's a pin from that. Cute little Mickey snowman. And then lastly, a Mickey's PhilharMagic. But it's a really, really cool 3D show where I can't remember what happens to Mickey at the beginning, but he's supposed to be conducting, you know, the PhilharMagic with all these like, you know, self-playing instruments. Oh, Mickey's hat disappears. That's what it is. And Donald's in charge of Mickey's hat. That's what it is. And the hat like blows away, and then you follow Donald on his adventure to try to get Mickey's hat back. And it's a 3D ride, and you sit in the theater and you know, watch the screen, and the hat comes flying towards you. And then you go through all of these famous Disney scenes. So you go through like Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast, and you can smell the food cooking. And then you go through like Aladdin and the magic carpet ride, and you're like flying through the sky and whatever. And then you go and see Ariel under the sea, and you get like splashed with water. It's a really cool ride, or I guess ride. It's a really cool show, I guess is what it technically is. It's very immersive. It's very neat. And I can't remember if they still have that there or not. I don't know, but I know they're getting rid of a lot of stuff. But yep, so there is that. So that is everything for this video. I know this was a very different sort of video than what I usually do. I have a lot of video ideas, but they kind of have to wait. So I have a few video ideas that are on hold right now just because they're gonna come at my birthday week, so I'm going to release them the week of my birthday. One is a 19 or 20 things that I've learned in my 20 years of life, because on my birthday I will be turning 20. And then the second video that will be released on that week will be an unboxing of, I don't know if you can see it, this thing right there, that box right here. That is a time capsule that I have made, and I specifically wrote on the top of it not to open it until the year 2018, which is this year. So I will open that on my 20th birthday, so that's super exciting. It is a 10-year time capsule, so I made it in the year 2008. Yeah, so it's a 10-year time capsule. I made it in the year 2008, and I will be opening it at the year 2018. So I was 10 years old when I made that, so that's crazy. And I'll be 20 when I open it, so look forward to that video coming. And then also that's maybe not that Saturday, but the following weekend, the weekend of my birthday I'm going to the beach. So the following weekend I will be posting that vlog from my birthday week. So I do have stuff, you know, planned, just not for right now. So hopefully I can get a video up on Thursday. I'll have to do a little bit more thinking. Maybe we'll go through some of those albums and we can look at little photos of me as a small child. Or I can do a video all about my mini pets. Maybe we should do that. I think that would be a fun one. But yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Also go down below, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you get notified of when I upload videos. Also make sure to check out the description box. That is where I keep my Instagram and my Twitter profile. I am shiny. I am just whatever. But check the description box. I link my Twitter and my Instagram there. If you follow me on Twitter, you will get notifications as far as, or at least I post like updates as far as my videos go. So I make posts regarding if a video is going to be late or postponed or no videos at all. So make sure to follow me on my Twitter. But of course, if you hit that bell icon, you don't have to do that. But yeah, so I hope you guys have an awesome day and I will see you in the next one. Bye!